Welcome back to Virtual Stoic, your go-to channel for timeless wisdom and practical philosophy. In today's chaotic and noisy world, the art of silence often feels like a lost treasure. We live in an era where words flow endlessly, through conversations, texts, and social media. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what if the times we choose not to speak are as powerful as the moments we do? The philosophy of Stoicism, rooted in ancient wisdom, teaches us how to navigate life with reason and emotional strength. It's a guide not only to when we should speak, but more importantly, when we shouldn't. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, once said, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." This timeless saying challenges us to reflect. How many times have we regretted words spoken in haste or anger? Stoicism doesn't just caution us against impulsive speech. It shows us how to transform silence into a tool for growth, peace, and clarity. Imagine facing life's challenges with calm confidence, letting your silence carry the weight of your wisdom. To the Stoics, silence isn't the absence of sound. It's an intentional act, a powerful force that resolves conflict, shields us from harm, and fosters understanding. But when exactly should we embrace silence? Today, we'll explore 9 key situations where choosing silence isn't just smart, it's transformative. As we uncover these moments, think about how Stoic silence could reshape your interactions and bring a deeper sense of peace to your life. What if, instead of harsh words, a quiet pause could resolve a heated argument? What if your silence became a testament to your emotional strength and self-control? Join us as we delve into the profound wisdom of Stoicism and uncover the life-changing power of staying silent when it matters most. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's dive into the 9 moments when silence becomes your strongest ally. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Virtual Stoic for more insights into the timeless philosophy of Stoicism. Let's walk this path of wisdom together. Number 1. When being criticized unfairly. Unfair criticism can feel like a personal attack, but Stoic philosophy teaches us to see it as an opportunity to grow stronger and demonstrate integrity. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that if something outside of us bothers us, it is not the thing itself that harms us, but how we think about it. This perspective empowers us to change how we perceive and respond to situations at any time. Criticism, especially when it's unfair, tests our inner strength. What truly matters is not the criticism itself, but how we respond. Imagine leading a project and facing harsh, unwarranted criticism from your boss. A Stoic approach would involve calmly analyzing the feedback, taking away any useful insights, and discarding unfounded negativity. As Epictetus wisely said, "It is not what happens to us, but how we react that defines us." By staying calm and composed, we preserve our peace and dignity, turning silence into a powerful act of self-control. When we choose thoughtful silence in the face of unfair criticism, we demonstrate emotional maturity. We diffuse potential conflicts and allow our actions and work to speak louder than any defensive words. Marcus Aurelius's timeless advice urges us not to waste time debating what makes a good person, but instead to focus on embodying those virtues. Even the harshest and most unfair criticisms often contain a small grain of truth. By pausing to reflect before reacting, we gain the clarity needed to separate valuable insights from the noise of negativity. This process helps us view criticism objectively, detaching it from our sense of self-worth. Unfair feedback often reveals more about the critic than about us, and recognizing this allows us to respond with grace. Remaining calm and respectful in such moments not only displays inner strength, but also prevents situations from escalating further. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we have control over our minds, not external events, and this realization is the key to true strength. By practicing restraint, we use silence as a shield of wisdom. Instead of letting negativity derail us, we focus on personal growth and improvement. Stoicism challenges us to transform adversity into opportunity, turning unfair criticism into a chance to refine our character. In choosing this path, we inspire ourselves and others to rise above pettiness and embrace humility, proving that silence, when paired with wisdom, is a profound act of strength. Number 2, Stoic silence in the middle of boasts. Picture this. You're at a networking event, and a coworker is going on and on about their latest raise, their new car, and their fancy vacations. They're practically shouting their success from the rooftops. It's tempting, right? You might want to match their energy by sharing your own accomplishments to show you're just as successful. But Stoicism teaches us something different, the power of restraint. In moments like this, silence isn't weakness, it's strength. Instead of getting caught in the competitive noise, choose to stay quiet. Let their words reveal who they really are, while you maintain your composure. By staying silent, you save your energy for deeper, more meaningful conversations. You're showing the world that you don't need external validation to know your worth. Your actions, not your words, speak volumes. As another wise Stoic put it, "He who does not wish to be outnumbered by greater benefits should not return one benefit with another. He should return many at once." This means that rather than responding to boasts with empty words, you should let your actions and character shine. True success doesn't need to be announced, it simply is. How often do you catch yourself responding to someone's success story by sharing your own? What would happen if instead you listened attentively, acknowledging their achievements with a nod or a smile, while staying focused on your own path? By practicing Stoic silence in the face of boasts, you're not engaging in competition. You're embracing true peace, contentment, and inner success. You're building a life based on self-worth, not comparisons. So next time you're tempted to jump into the conversation and prove your worth, pause. Think about how your silence might create a more peaceful, fulfilling experience for you and for everyone around you. Reflect on this Stoic lesson. How might embracing quiet improve your relationships, your mental peace, and your overall well-being? Write down your thoughts and let's work together to create a life of genuine success. One not defined by competition, but by inner peace and self-assurance. Number 3. When dealing with anger. Anger can feel like a raging storm, powerful, unpredictable, and overwhelming. In those moments, it seems impossible to think clearly. But in the midst of this chaos, Stoic philosophy offers us a refuge, a pause of silence, a moment to regain control. Epictetus, a key figure in Stoic thought, once said, "Keep quiet most of the time and speak only when you must." This simple advice holds immense power, especially when dealing with anger. Imagine you're at work and a coworker's mistake forces you to redo hours of work. Your first instinct is likely to lash out, but what if instead you chose silence? By holding back in that moment, you create space for reflection. You give yourself the chance to view the situation objectively, without the fog of anger clouding your judgment. This pause not only prevents the situation from escalating, but it can also lead to finding a solution rather than a confrontation. Think about it. How often has reacting in the heat of anger made things better? More often than not, it worsens the situation. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, how much worse are the results of anger than the things that make people angry? Reflect on this. Usually, the fallout from our angry outbursts is far worse than whatever initially triggered our frustration. Consider the life of Nelson Mandela. After years of imprisonment and suffering, he chose to forgive his oppressors rather than harbor anger. This decision not only transformed his life, but it also played a crucial role in uniting an entire nation. His example teaches us that silence, rather than reacting impulsively with anger, can lead to growth, healing, and reconciliation. Now, choosing silence in the face of anger doesn't mean suppressing your feelings. It means making a conscious choice to respond from a place of wisdom and strength. In the face of life's frustrations, silence can be your sanctuary, a place where calm, wisdom, and strength reign. Anger is a natural emotion that we all experience, but unchecked anger harms not only our relationships but our well-being. Stoicism provides practical tools for transforming anger into a force for good. Understanding the root cause of your anger is crucial. What triggers your anger? Is it a person, a situation, or something deeper? Understanding this helps you take control. Reflecting on why certain things anger you is key. Often it's our assumptions or beliefs that fuel our reactions. Acceptance is also vital. You can't control the world around you, but you can control how you react to it. Accepting that the external world is beyond your grasp gives you peace of mind. Practicing mindfulness keeps you present in the moment, rather than dwelling on past frustrations or future worries. When anger rises, take deep breaths. Calming your mind and body helps to regain control. Pausing before responding is another powerful tool. Ask yourself, what will my response lead to? This brief pause can prevent a rash decision. Changing your perspective can also help. Try seeing things from the other person's viewpoint. Empathy reduces anger and opens the door to understanding. Adopting a Stoic view is another way to handle anger. Would a Stoic philosopher see this as important? Often the things we get angry about are far less significant than we believe. Instead of dwelling on the issue, focus on finding solutions. By redirecting your energy into constructive actions, you can avoid letting anger control you. Building emotional strength is another practice that will serve you well. Remember that you have the power to control your reactions. With practice, patience, and self-discipline, you can master your emotions. Detaching emotionally from the situation allows you to view it objectively, without personal attachment clouding your judgment. Channeling your anger into positive actions, such as exercise or creativity, turns negative energy into something productive. And rather than holding on to anger, use it as a chance to learn and grow. What triggered you, and how can you respond differently in the future? Lastly, communicating your feelings calmly and confidently, without hostility, helps to avoid further escalation. Managing your anger isn't just about controlling emotions. It's about transforming them into something powerful. By using mindfulness, empathy, and Stoic wisdom, we can turn anger into a tool for growth, peace, and better relationships. So the next time you feel anger rising, remember, silence can be your most profound and powerful response. And with practice, you'll find that choosing calm over chaos leads to a healthier, more peaceful life. Number 4. Silence amidst unfounded rumors. Imagine you're at the center of a whirlwind of rumors. People talk, stories spread, and before you know it, you're caught in the chaos. But what if I told you that the most powerful response in this situation is silence? Rumors, especially when unfounded, are like leaves caught in a gust of wind. They can swirl around, causing confusion and harm, but they are often fleeting and lack substance. So how do you respond when false stories threaten to derail your peace and reputation? Stoic philosophy gives us a simple yet profound answer: remain silent. Think about a teacher in a small town, wrongly accused of misconduct. As the rumors spread through the community, the teacher didn't rush to defend herself or explain away the situation. She didn't add fuel to the fire by denying the allegations or getting involved in the gossip. Instead, she trusted in her own integrity and chose to remain quiet. This wasn't a surrender, it was a smart strategic decision based on wisdom. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Understand this, and you will find strength." How often have you seen words spoken in haste only to make things worse? The teacher understood that reacting to every rumor would only give it more power. By staying silent, she let the storm pass. As time went on and no new evidence emerged, the truth had the chance to surface on its own. This is the essence of Stoic thought. Focus on what you can control. Your reactions, your actions. You can't control how rumors spread, but you can control your response. Epictetus, another Stoic sage, once said, "If someone speaks badly about you, respond by complimenting them." It might seem counterintuitive, but reacting with kindness, or in this case silence, can change the course of the conversation. Instead of fueling the fire, you simply let it burn out. When faced with false accusations, silence isn't a sign of weakness. It's a powerful tool that shows trust in the truth. By refusing to engage, you demonstrate respect for both yourself and the facts. So, next time you're caught in the storm of rumors, remember this: the best way to protect your peace and integrity isn't by fighting every whisper or trying to correct every story. It's by living in alignment with your values and letting the truth take care of itself. In your personal and professional life, Stoic silence can be your guiding principle, helping you navigate the chaos and emerge stronger, wiser, and more at peace. Stay calm, stay silent, let the rumors pass, and watch how your integrity speaks louder than any accusation. Number 5, how to deal with loss. How do you deal with the silence that follows a major loss? Loss is a part of life. It's something we all experience, and it can leave us feeling empty, lost, and unsure. But what if we could face loss differently? What if instead of drowning in sadness or confusion, we embraced the stillness that follows and used it to grow? Take C.S. Lewis, for example. After the death of his wife, he wrote a deeply personal book called A Grief Observed, where he shared his thoughts on grief. He says, "The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before." This is a very Stoic way of thinking. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, taught us that loss is an inevitable part of life. They believed that love and loss are intertwined, and each loss is a moment of personal growth. Seneca put it perfectly: "The day we worry will be our last is actually the birthday of eternity." Think about that for a moment. What if instead of seeing loss as an end, we saw it as a shift, an opportunity to reflect and grow? When we experience loss, there's an overwhelming silence, but that silence doesn't need to be filled with explanations, distractions, or trying to outrun the pain. Sometimes silence is exactly what we need. It gives us the space to breathe, to think, and to process. When C.S. Lewis lost his wife, he didn't try to rush past the grief. He didn't fill that silence with noise. Instead, he used it to dive deeply into his emotions and thoughts. This is the essence of Stoicism, using hardship as a path to personal growth. It's normal to feel grief, sadness, and pain after a loss. Stoicism doesn't tell you to ignore your feelings, it tells you to understand them. Cry if you need to, feel the pain, don't judge yourself for it. Talk to a trusted friend or write in a journal, let it out. While we can't change the past or undo the loss, we can control how we respond. Stoics believe we should focus on what we can change and let go of what we can't. What aspects of your grief can you control? Your response, your healing, your perspective. Stoics see every challenge as an opportunity to learn. What can this loss teach you? Perhaps it can make you wiser, more compassionate, or stronger. Embrace the chance to grow through the pain. Gratitude can be a powerful tool for healing. Instead of focusing on what you've lost, focus on what you still have. Each day, write down a list of things you're grateful for. This simple act can shift your mindset and bring peace. Stoicism teaches us that we're not meant to face life's challenges alone. In times of loss, talking to loved ones or support groups can be a vital source of strength. Don't hesitate to reach out and lean on others during difficult moments. Loss is never easy, but with Stoic practices we can learn to face grief with resilience. By acknowledging our feelings, focusing on what we can control, reframing the loss as a growth opportunity, practicing gratitude, and seeking support, we can heal and emerge stronger. What about you? How have you dealt with loss in the past? Could the Stoic practice of reflective silence help you in future times of grief? Let's talk about it. Share your thoughts and experiences with loss below, and let's grow together. We're all in this journey of life, and we can learn from each other to find strength in silence and healing. Number 6. Navigating ignorance with Stoic grace. Have you ever encountered someone whose actions reveal a lack of understanding, but their confidence is as unwavering as an expert? It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's where Stoicism offers us a powerful lesson: patience and grace. Let's take Galileo, the brilliant scientist who championed heliocentrism at a time when the world was firmly rooted in geocentric beliefs. Despite fierce opposition and even being placed under house arrest, Galileo maintained his honor, staying true to the pursuit of truth. How did he do it? By choosing silence in the face of ignorance and false accusations. This is a key Stoic practice, focusing on what you can control, your own reactions, not what others believe or do. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events." Once we accept this, we discover strength in responding to ignorance with calm, not frustration. Next time you encounter someone who's wrong, consider how shifting your reaction can transform the situation. Imagine you have the power to control your response. Could you choose silence instead of conflict? This doesn't mean weakness. It's a deliberate decision to hold on to your values and let truth speak for itself. Silence, like Galileo's, isn't submission. It's a bold statement of conviction. Truth doesn't need to shout, it stands firm, regardless of the noise around it. This is the essence of Stoicism. Focus on your actions, not the actions of others. By accepting that others' beliefs are beyond our control, we free ourselves from unnecessary frustration. Being gracious isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about choosing the battles that truly matter. It's about patience, understanding, and rising above the momentary discomfort to see the bigger picture. This practice leads not only to inner peace, but to long-term success and respect. So next time you face ignorance or a frustrating situation, think about how silence can be a form of grace. How could this shift in response improve your relationships, your health, and your outlook on life? Let Galileo's story inspire you. By practicing Stoic silence, you'll turn challenging situations into opportunities for growth, wisdom, and strength. Number 7. How to deal with rumors. We've all been there. Rumors swirling about us, whispers turning into loud chatter, and our name dragged through the mud. It's natural to feel hurt or defensive. But what if the secret to peace and growth lies in silence? Consider the story of a community leader dedicated to environmental protection. Despite false rumors about her personal gain, she chose not to engage. Instead of addressing every lie, she focused on her work. She remembered Marcus Aurelius's wise words: "The best revenge is to be unlike him who hurt you." By staying silent and staying true to her purpose, Her actions spoke louder than any falsehood. This is the heart of Stoicism. It's not the external events that harm us, but how we choose to respond. Imagine how different your life could be if you didn't let rumors control your actions. What strength could you gain by simply staying focused and silent? Epictetus reminds us that if the rumors are true, it's an opportunity for growth. Fix yourself. If they're lies, silence is your weapon. This leader, by remaining calm, invited others to see the truth. Over time, those who believed the rumors faded, while her commitment to her cause remained unwavering. Her silence didn't mean passivity. It was an active choice to show the world who she really was. What can you learn from this? Next time you hear a rumor, try practicing Stoic silence. Think about how it might help you remain calm and focused. How might it change how others view you over time? In a world of fast-spreading gossip, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos. But Stoic principles can help us stay composed and logical when facing rumors. When you hear something that stings, don't react immediately. Pause. Take a few deep breaths. Remember, other people's opinions don't define your worth. It's easy to react impulsively, but doing so only adds fuel to the fire. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm, detached, and look at things objectively. Often rumors grow from misunderstandings or incomplete information. Don't take things at face value. Dig deeper. Speak to trustworthy sources, get the facts, and avoid jumping to conclusions. When you make decisions based on facts rather than emotions, you gain clarity and confidence. A rash response can escalate a rumor. Think about how your actions might impact the situation. Could you unknowingly make it worse? Respond with purpose, not in haste. Sometimes silence is the most powerful choice. Let your actions, not your words, define who you are. The best way to combat lies is through consistent, good actions. Over time, your integrity will shine through and rumors will fade. Stick to your values, stay true to your beliefs, and let your work speak for itself. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can change and release what we can't, like other people's opinions. You can't control what others say or think, but you can control how you respond. Trust yourself, stay grounded, and stay true to your ideals. By practicing Stoic silence, controlling your emotions, seeking the truth, responding with calm wisdom, and staying true to your character, you'll find peace amidst the chaos. Rumors will lose their power over time, and your strength will grow. So, how do you deal with rumors? Have you ever practiced the power of silence in the face of false information? Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to stay calm and composed when rumors come their way. Number 8. When confronted with injustice. In a world where injustice often feels overwhelming, how do we respond? Marcus Aurelius and other Stoic philosophers offer profound insights, showing us that silence can be a powerful tool, not a sign of weakness but of inner strength. The Stoics teach us that when faced with unfairness, we must not rush to react with anger or retaliation. Instead, we choose a path of calm, resilience, and healing. Consider Nelson Mandela's journey. The man who fought against the oppressive system of apartheid in South Africa spent 27 years in prison. His story could have been one of vengeance, bitterness, and resentment. But Mandela showed us the true power of Stoicism. Rather than being consumed by anger, he emerged from his captivity as a beacon of peace and unity. His actions were not fueled by a desire for revenge, but by a commitment to healing a divided nation. Mandela chose to rise above the injustice, embodying a Stoic resilience that is a model for us all. What if we followed his lead? Could we too respond to unfairness with understanding and kindness, even when it seems almost impossible? Marcus Aurelius himself wrote, "The best way to get back at someone who has hurt you is not to be like them." Imagine this. Someone wrongs you, and instead of retaliating, you decide to stay silent, not out of submission, but out of strength. You choose to focus on your own integrity and remain true to your values. Silence becomes your tool for healing, not only for yourself but for those around you. Mandela's legacy shows us that silence is not surrender. It is strategic. It is a signal of wisdom, of knowing that our power lies in how we react. It's a message of inner peace, and through it we can lay the groundwork for meaningful change. Silence gives us the space to think and act, and often it is in this pause that we find the strength to do what is right, not just what is easy. When injustice strikes, Stoic philosophy doesn't ask us to passively accept it. Rather, it challenges us to engage with it in a thoughtful, measured way. By staying calm and keeping our minds cool, we can move forward with clarity. seeking solutions instead of perpetuating the cycle of harm. How might this look in your own life? When faced with unfairness, do you react impulsively, or do you take a step back, assess the situation, and choose your response based on your values? Marcus Aurelius offers us a timeless piece of advice. Keep your mind cool and collected, no matter what is going on around you. When confronted with injustice, this emotional regulation is crucial. Take a deep breath, meditate, or simply pause before reacting. This moment of silence can be the difference between regret and peace. Now let's break down how to apply Stoic principles to injustice. Accept what you cannot change. There will always be unfair situations beyond your control. Acknowledge this and focus on how you can respond. Think before you act. Reacting in the heat of the moment rarely leads to positive outcomes. Instead, pause and consider what the best course of action is. Look for understanding. Seek to understand why the injustice occurred. This doesn't mean excusing it, but rather gaining clarity that could guide your response. Avoid revenge. Seeking revenge only perpetuates the cycle of harm. Instead, choose a calm, reasonable response that reflects your values. Stay true to your principles. No matter the unfairness, stick to your moral code. Let your actions be guided by what is right, not by emotions. Set a positive example. Your response to injustice speaks volumes. By remaining composed, you show others how to handle adversity with grace. Find constructive solutions. Shift your mindset from dwelling on the problem to seeking ways to solve it. Advocate for change. If systemic injustice is at play, use your voice to push for positive change that addresses the root causes. Learn and grow. Every unfair situation is an opportunity for growth. Reflect on the experience and use it to strengthen your character. Be ready for the future. Prepare yourself for similar challenges in the future by developing the skills and knowledge needed to handle them with wisdom. By embracing these Stoic principles, you can transform difficult situations into opportunities for personal growth and social change. Remember, when injustice occurs, your response can shape not just your own future, but the future of those around you. Number 9. How to handle insults with Stoic wisdom. In the heat of an insult, it's easy to react impulsively, lash out, defend yourself, or retaliate with words. But what if you could rise above the situation with wisdom? The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, offer a powerful tool to deal with insults: silence. Epictetus once said, "If someone succeeds in provoking you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation." This simple yet profound insight should be our wake-up call every time we're insulted. It reminds us that we have a choice in how we respond. And more often than not, the best choice is to stay silent. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. By staying quiet, we prevent our minds from being dragged into conflict. Take Mahatma Gandhi, for example. As he led the fight for India's independence, he faced countless insults and physical assaults. Yet he didn't respond with anger or insults. Instead, he embodied the Stoic principle of remaining calm and composed. Gandhi's choice to remain silent and focused on understanding not only protected his inner peace, but also won him the respect of the public. His silence was a statement. It made his enemies look petty and disarmed them, while his cause gained strength. So how could taking a similar approach change the dynamics of your own interactions? What if, instead of reacting to insults with words, you chose to stay calm, composed, and silent? The results might surprise you. Choosing silence when provoked is a powerful tool. It gives you room to think, to act with purpose rather than impulsiveness. Silence in the face of anger often makes you seem like a leader, someone who rises above petty conflicts. Reflect on this. Marcus Aurelius once said, "How much worse are the results of anger and grief than the things that made us feel those ways?" In every interaction, every moment of frustration, take a step back and ask yourself if your anger is truly worth it. Can silence offer a better solution? Now think about how your actions, especially your reactions to insults, can shape your interactions with others. What would happen if, instead of fighting back with words, you responded with calm silence? Not only could it change how people treat you, but it could also set a powerful example for how others handle conflict. Conclusion: silence is a tool of peace. From dealing with insults to facing loss, Stoic wisdom shows us that the quiet strength we choose can guide us to understanding, composure, and joy. Marcus Aurelius advised us, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the spirit of his words, let's embrace the power of silence, knowing when to speak and when to listen. Number 10. The power of listening in silence. In a world full of noise, the ability to truly listen is a rare and transformative skill. The Stoics teach us that silence isn't just the absence of words, it's the presence of attention. Listening deeply, without interrupting or planning your next response, is a form of respect and wisdom. Epictetus wisely noted, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This isn't just a clever observation, it's a call to action. How often do we truly listen to understand rather than to reply? When you practice active silence, you create space to learn, connect, and grow. Consider the example of Nelson Mandela. When he led peace negotiations to end apartheid in South Africa, he often remained silent in meetings, listening carefully to every perspective. His silence wasn't passive, it was intentional. By listening first, he understood people's concerns, diffused tension, and created an atmosphere of mutual respect. This ability to listen and reflect before speaking became one of his most powerful tools for leadership and reconciliation. When we embrace the power of listening in silence, we not only understand others better but also gain clarity about ourselves. Silence allows us to filter out the unnecessary, focus on what matters, and respond with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. Ask yourself, how might your relationships improve if you chose to listen more and speak less? Could you resolve conflicts more effectively by understanding before responding? By practicing silence in the form of active listening, you honor the Stoic principle of self-control. This skill not only strengthens your relationships but also positions you as someone who is wise and thoughtful, a rare and respected quality in any setting. By practicing this deep strength, we pave the way for a peaceful, kind, and successful life. Start today. Use these Stoic principles in your everyday conversations and watch how the power of thoughtful silence can transform your world. If you found this talk insightful and helpful, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and pass on these profound ideas to others. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more lessons in Stoicism that will help you grow and thrive. See you in the next lesson.